Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to be checking out the 14 minutes of official gameplay walkthrough for GreedFall. I love a massive RPG, and this game so far to me is looking absolutely incredible. So the games I'm really looking forward to coming soon are Cyberpunk 2077, Death Stranding, and this one, GreedFall. It has kind of really made me quite curious. The trailers I've seen so far just look really engrossing. I mean, the gameplay looks sick, and I love a big RPG. So I literally just did the reaction to the Cyberpunk 2077 deep dive video, and I'm so pumped for that. It's really high on my radar, and the Death Stranding stuff has looked incredible as well. But GreedFall's definitely creeping in there too. I mean, it looks sick. So let's just dive in and have a look. Yeah, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello everyone, and welcome to GreedFall, the latest RPG from Spider's studio.
Yeah.
Today we're showing you an extended walkthrough to give a better idea of GreedFall's moment-to-moment gameplay.
You're a pirate.
What we're showing here is taken from an in-development, non-final preview build. A few hours into the game, we've tried to avoid any major story spoilers.
Thank you. Spoilers suck. Wow, it looks good.
You start GreedFall on the old continent in the city of Serene,
Looks
which
beautiful.
is ravaged by a terrible disease known as the Malachor. It is rumoured that the only hope for a cure lies on the uncharted island of Tirfredi, which is where we are right now. The island is inhabited by a magical native people, as well as multiple nations and factions who have travelled from the old continent and established various settlements.
Magical native
Currently,
people.
we're on a mission from one of these nations, the Bridge Alliance, to locate a camp of missing scholars. Before heading straight to where the camp is supposed to be, we're going to check out a nearby point of interest, a skill altar.
A skill
These
altar.
altars can be found hidden away in various locations across the island, granting a free skill point when found. You've got a lot of freedom in terms of where to invest these points, which are also gained by earning experience and leveling up.
Cool.
There are 3 broad branches of skills: Warrior for melee combat, Technical for equipment and controlling the battlefield, and Magic for the use of offensive spells. You can specialise or mix and match how you want.
Nice.
For this run, we're going to go with a few points in traps, firearms and one-handed blades, but with a larger focus on magic use. You also have attributes, which impact and improve what you can use in battle, and talents, which mainly relate to skills outside of combat.
I love this stuff. I like a really complex system too, where you can really fine-tune it.
Exploration can be more dangerous at night, as hostile foes show themselves.
I like the look of the game, man. It's just so beautiful. Sound design's good.
We'd better find somewhere to set up camp nearby, although it looks like we'll have a small fight on our hands first.
What are these? Buffalo?
Looking at some of the UI elements at the top of the screen, we have our red health bar, blue mana bar, and yellow fury bar. Casting magic depletes our mana pretty quickly, which is why it's beneficial to put a few skill points into equipping melee weapons. This way, when out of mana or wanting to conserve it, you can switch to a different weapon when it naturally replenishes over time. As you can see, fights are in real time, with a mix of magic, close and long-ranged combat. There's also an optional tactical pause which we haven't shown yet, but we'll go into more detail later.
Leather, so you can craft things, I'd imagine. Or sell it for money to buy more equipment.
Over there is a rather more fearsome foe, a magical guardian intrinsically linked with the island and revered by its natives. For the sake of showing off some more combat, we can try taking it on in a fight. But first, let's set up camp just around the corner.
So you can save. I love these big free roaming games, man. They're just my jam. Just dig it. Especially when they're done well. I mean, these can be a dime a dozen, and honestly,
you'll often find campsite locations like this scattered around Tirfredi. Campsites aren't just used for resting.
But when they're done well, they can be really captivating.
From here, you can speak with and choose the party members to accompany you, with up to 2 at once. Let's stick with Kurt and Siora for now. Workbenches are available at any campsite. From here, you can craft items such as consumables and equipment.
There you go.
You can also upgrade and customize your existing weapons and armor. For example, we can change the look of this doublet by altering the shoulders, strap, and breastplate.
Cool.
As shown on the right, this also alters the stats, meaning you can really dig deep into the configuration of you and your party.
This makes me happy. I'm a big nerd when it comes to this stuff.
Campsites also act as fast travel points to other locations. Let's take a quick look at the island map to give a better sense of the geography. We're just here, while over to the east is the city of Hikmet, settlement of the Bridge Alliance. Down here we have New Serene, your starting point on the island, and newly governed by your cousin Constantine. Over in the west is San Mateus, city of the fervently religious Teleme nation. During your adventure, you'll also come across several native settlements spread throughout Tier 3D.
So is it just the one map? I mean, it doesn't look overly big, but the map doesn't need to be sprawlingly huge to be enjoyed, right?
Let's try our hand at taking down the Guardian we saw earlier.
Sometimes if the map is too big, it can be overwhelming with the sheer amount of things to do, and like a lot of empty space between things as well. Red Dead Redemption 2 did it amazingly well. I mean, there was barely a dull moment in that game. So you're keeping it
You might have
condensed
noticed the
and small
shield
is
icons
fine,
over the HP bars,
as long as the
including that
gameplay's
of our
incredible.
foe. These indicate your opponent's armor, which must be whittled away before you can start dealing significant damage. The Fury bar builds up by dealing damage to enemies, rewarding aggressive play. The built-up Fury can then be used to unleash devastating attacks.
Wow.
We've just fallen victim to one of the Guardian's poison attacks, so let's trigger the tactical pause. From this menu, we can quickly use an antidote to remove the poison effect, along with other consumables, actions, spells and techniques.
Sick.
You can also bind everything in the tactical pause menus to a specific button or key. This way, it's easy to play combat entirely in real-time action, to take a more methodic, strategic approach, or a mix of both.
Slow down the speed up.
Healing magic from your allies, parrying and dodging are all important when it comes to staying alive during tougher battles. Note that with this build, quick dodges have been upgraded to lightning dashes, while we have a divine magic ring equipped. This is only possible thanks to our investment into magic skills.
Swamp Creature Trophy.
We've managed to bring the Guardian down, and judging from this armor and key, it looks like a mercenary of the Coin Guard Guild was a recent victim.
Oh. Well, that's a clue.
Right, let's get back to what we're here for, and go look for the missing scholars. For the sake of brevity, we'll jump ahead of it.
Side quest, man. What is that thing? It's like a tiger bear. Wolf. Is it doing a shit?
In GreedFall, you'll often have the option of a more stealthy approach. With careful sneaking past foes, you can sometimes avoid combat entirely.
The world looks lush. It looks really nice. Is it think gonna attack you real quick? I don't know, quite just sneaky.
Looks like the potential campsite is just up ahead.
Over there. Tents. This must be the expedition's camp.
A camp here? In the open wind? It was definitely set up by scholars.
Signs of combat. They were attacked. By the look of the tents and the campfire, it dates back several days. It seems that they were taken prisoner. I don't see any bodies. This looks like scientific equipment. This must be the Lost Expedition's campsite. No weapon leaves this sort of marking. Perhaps they're wielding magic.
Yes. It is the art of the Donegada. One of the Valley clans was here.
Would you know which one?
One who fights against the invasion of the peoples from your island. I can be sure of nothing more.
Why would they attack scholars? They are not warriors.
They come here as conquerors. This is enough. But they were not killed. Warriors would have been.
They've been taken away. God, this looks so good.
This looks like the journal of a naturalist. There are sketches of flora and fauna. There is no doubt. We are definitely on the trail of the Lost Expedition. It seems that one of the team kept a distance from the others. Let's see what we can discover. A trail of blood. That cannot be good. Follow it.
Yeah,
it sounds like there might be another tent nearby. Perhaps we can find more answers by following this blood trail. But first, we've got another fight on our hands.
Got monsters.
More blood. We are on the right path. Keep going.
Oh, this looks troublesome. 4 of them. But you have a possum, so that's okay. Die, beast. That's right, you heard me. Crunch. loot you later. Oh, these beasties look pretty easy to take down. Could you have just gone past them? I mean, do you really need to kill all these innocent little creatures? Could you not just snuck by?
You can see here the advantage of having skill points across more than one branch. After running out of mana to unleash powerful spells, we can switch to our sword to ensure we're always able to deal out damage.
Oh. Are you missing out on all those fur pelts?
The clothes cannot be mistaken. It is a scholar of the Bridge Alliance. From the looks of him, I would say he has been dead for days.
Gross.
As we already thought. This isn't the woman whose journal we found. There is still a chance that she remains alive.
This man traded his life for all the suffering of my people.
He was only a scholar, a sage, not a warrior on the battlefield.
He was only a scholar?
Do you think my people see a difference when bridgemen steal our people from their beds? From who do you think all the clans hide dead children?
This man was unarmed. And from the position of his body, I would say he was fleeing. It is not honor that motivates them. Maybe it was vengeance.
The
voice acting's good.
We might find something to help us understand.
Oh, I can't wait for this game, man. Might not be able to record many YouTube videos though if I'm playing a game for about 4 or 5 hours a day.
Your choice of companions impacts more than just combat. They'll often intervene in discussions and speak out while investigating, so it's worth considering who might be useful or detrimental to any given situation.
Here is the isolated camp mentioned in the journal. Everything is in order, but the inhabitants are no longer here. Its position would have allowed them to escape the attack.
Discreet, perfect visibility, great choice.
Fortunately, we have the key from the dead scholar, but if we had high enough lockpicking, that would have also been an option.
Lockpicking's a thing. Learn it. Skyrim, looking at you.
It is a journal, that of a woman from the expedition, a certain Afra. She speaks of their research and relates here that she felt watched. She feared an attack was brewing. I believe she was right. The writing stops in mid-sentence.
Wow.
A woman with sharp eyes. They might have saved her life.
We must follow the tracks of the attack. They will surely lead us to the party of intrepid scholars.
This woman was right to fear the Donea Exregao. They must have followed this path coming from the swamp. This is where we should go if we want to find these lion scholars.
Well, this is going to end in a minute,
It looks like our
isn't it?
next stop is the swamp.
Swamps are always
Those
lovely.
are islanders. They might be from the clan that attacked the Bridger camp.
That's possible. They look like trackers. But what are they tracking?
New prey, no doubt. Let's get closer.
From here, we can either openly approach and confront the natives, or sneak over and listen in to what they're saying from a distance.
Farweden se lorg quaisa. Esto gen nas quel se.
Esrade da orgel amadred qua heluchnom. New siendad ne sunadet.
Well, we don't know enough of the native Tier 3 language to make sense of what that was about. But now they're gone, let's look around for anything else
So you
that
can
might
learn
help us.
languages in the game? That would be cool. Part of your skill set, I imagine it would be. No, 20 seconds left, guys. This is going to end in a sec. Bit of combat.
I'm not here to kill you.
That's all we're showing for now. Thanks for checking out this gameplay walkthrough. Stay tuned because we've still got a bunch more stuff to show you before GreedFall releases September 10th for PlayStation 4, Xbox One and PC.
It's September 4 right now, so that is out next week. That's exciting. Sorry, YouTube. No more videos for you. That looks good. Like I said through the commentary there, I really enjoy big and massive sprawling RPG games. Like fine-tuning your weaponry, your skill set, your magic, your uniform. I just dig it. I mean, and big maps, yeah, like I mentioned also, the map doesn't necessarily have to be big and sprawling and massive to be a good game. Like a smaller map with plenty of interesting things to do is definitely acceptable as well. Maybe even preferred in some cases. I mean, it's really easy to be overwhelmed when the world is too big. But I'm really open to checking this out, man. I'm really excited for it. Big, sprawling, long games I really enjoy. So, what do you guys think? You excited for GreedFall? I'm pumped. I'm really excited. And then, Cyberpunk and Death Stranding. And I checked out the reaction to 22 minutes of footage for the Blair Witch game as well recently, which also looks pretty cool. I am a little bit, well, not concerned, that's not the right word, but I'm curious about what the PlayStation 5 is going to be and when it's coming. I mean, with the PlayStation 3, we had some amazing games on there, and a lot of those games got remastered for the PlayStation 4. So I'm thinking, like, we're getting all these amazing games here towards the end of the PlayStation 4's life cycle. The PlayStation 5 is fairly close. Are we going to get these amazing games and then just see remastered versions, which are going to be like 100 times better than what we've got, and make us spend more money to essentially get the same game again? That happens. Anyways, that's just a small gripe. Might not even happen, but it's a thing I think about. It's what I do. Catch you all in the next one. Thanks for watching.